I am in the East Coast and it is about, I don't know, 5 o'clock in the morning here. And this is pre recorded because I yet don't have the ability to go live on YouTube. And I still haven't figured out how to stream. And it's not even figured out, but so many things to do, and the world tells you to be successful, you only have to focus on one thing. And then you're like, okay, well, this is my life. What one thing do I focus on? Do I focus on being a good daughter, wife, mother? And it's like, no, just focus on being a good person. That entails a lot of things, right? Hello to all the new people. My name is Juju. I am on a toothless journey. I have been wearing dentures now for a couple of months. I make a year into my toothless journey. Well, I made a year in November, and I'm making a year soon of actually wearing dentures. I'm showing you what my early morning is. I've been up since 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time, just sitting down, writing notes, getting myself together, in this virtual world, doing my businesses, turning, to put it under one umbrella because it's like, what do I want to do? I just finished from washing my dentures, but I just wanted to come up here and it's almost like show and prove. Yes, people, I have no teeth. Now I'm going to gingerly put them in. And the reason why I'm doing it this way, washed them and kept them in this hand, is because since day one that I have been using dentures, I have worn adhesive. The past couple of days, I have not worn adhesive. And it just shows me a couple of things as being a newbie in this world. And I say a newbie because it's still like under a year. They rub. They're loose. They're like loose fitting leather shoes with bare feet in them. And as you're running, it causes like little calluses and rubs and sore spots. That's exactly what's happening to me right now because I'm not wearing adhesive and I don't have and have not used yet the denture fit, the little cushion thing. And I have not had any relines or anything done because right now I am in a doozy. The insurances have been switched and changed. Situations have changed, so I had to change my insurance. And that beautiful, wonderful dentist that I had is no longer covered by that insurance. So now I'm on a journey to look for another dentist that can pick up and fill those big shoes because he did an amazing job. Pick up where he left off and take care of me further because these need to be adjusted. The bottom ones still feel off. And since I've been wearing them like the past 2 days with no adhesive, I already have a sore spot over here that it just feels like, it feels like when you have a callus on your pinky toe and you're trying to squeeze it into those shoes and you're like, ooh, 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 but once you get them in, you should be fine. That's what this feels like. Now, they look like they're in and they're okay and everything is fine, but let me tell you this. Can't really eat with them like this. There's certain foods that I can eat, soft foods, but they're constantly popping up in different directions. That is just causing sore spots. I'd rather just have them like stuck in my mouth. And I'm not talking about, getting implants. I'm talking about either getting a sure fit, that is cushioned in, the adhesive is good because right now everything is off alignment. It really is. And I'm at the place and stage right now that I have to go on the hunt, like I said, for a new dentist. And all in the process, still dealing with the situation that's going on in the world and staying in thrive mode and running businesses and being a wife and a mother and a daughter and a sister, homeschooling little ones, still being an advisor and a mentor to older ones. And it's just it's a journey and a half. It's a journey and a half because people see me like this. A lot of people don't even know my story. And it's the personal struggles that people don't know about. And if you're dealing with someone that's going through a personal struggle and their head ain't right, there's a lot of things that isn't right. I'm in the self-development, constant self-development, almost to a fault. And I say that lovingly to myself because I get into overthinking. Like right now, my thing is, will I be able to find another dentist just as good as he was? Because it took me years to find one I can trust. On top of find one I can trust to do full extractions and then send out or make me decent, functionable dentures. That's the journey. Anybody else on that journey? Where are you in your journey? I would like to know. I am going to sign off right now. I'm going to make some tea. There's still some more brainstorming I need to do. I have an interview this morning on someone else's podcast. I have to plan out with my partners our podcast and summit. I have to think about my website for my own personal business, to what's going to bring me income because I've been home too long. And I've been hiding, in a sense, and I say hiding that lovingly. I've been hiding in the forest, just going through this process. I knew I was going to get full extractions, and I knew that I didn't want to be around too many people because of the stigma, their opinion, or just trying to be nice and saying the wrong things. So I stood away. I kept my distance. And then because of COVID, it took 7 months for me to even get my dentures. So for 7 months, I was with no teeth, and it was comfortable because I was away. I wasn't really in front of anybody else's face, having to go to work or, having to be out in the world with no teeth. I went out in the world with no teeth because I chose to. I chose to just be like, you know what, this is what I'm going through right now. I need to do food shopping. And it was only for a little while because it was right before COVID hit the planet, and then we had to wear face masks. So the face masks helped because I was out in public and nobody could really see behind the face mask. So to me, it was like divine timing. This is the way that it was meant to be for me. And now is more about like the tweaks and the fine tuning. But from what I'm hearing from my friends in YouTube world that are also on a journey living a life with no teeth, is that this is an everyday thing. Literally, you could have 2 days that are really good. You can have a week that's bad. You can have a month that's amazing, and then you'll have one day that'll mess it all up. It's a shift. It makes me almost think. I go into deep thinking sometimes. How the earth moves and shifts, and sometimes we're not even aware of it. That the earth is constantly moving, its plates and all of that stuff. I feel like that's what's going on with my mouth. Maybe there's a little bit of extra shrinkage over here, and this spot is not. This spot is a little bit more sensitive. This spot just shifted, and now it has an extra bump or nodule, or, I'm talking about like the shape as it's shrinking, because it's always shrinking. I know I can tell because of my face. I'll show that to you in another video, but in my earlier videos, I have to put a note. I mentioned that it feels like everything is caving in, and it does, and I can feel it little by little, because when I don't have my teeth, it's harder for me to say certain words, and I have to emphasize, pushing, it's like pushing these muscles out and pushing my cheeks and my lips out the way. Because when I'm in relax mode and I catch myself walking by my house mirror, it's usually like that look. And I'm like, oh, let me pucker that out so it doesn't get used to just being in, because that's what it gets used to. Or even when I have dentures and I am being like serious and I'm thinking and I'm like this, look. I guess right now it's not showing because I'm being conscious of it, but when I'm in serious mode and focus, it looks like a frown. I have my little one come to me, whether it's my grandbaby or my son, and they're like, why are you upset? Why are you down? Why do you look like that? And I'm like, but I'm not. I'm just thinking. So when I look in the mirror, I'm like, I have to force, like, this is the face that I have to have, like, consciously go like this so that it looks like I naturally have a small little smile and not a relaxed face like. Those that are on this journey understand what I'm saying. So it's constant facial exercises. And now that I had this issue with, or not an issue, I've had an issue with digestion, because I was told I had a digestive disease of, what is it, malabsorption. So I don't absorb all the nutrients, on top of not having a gallbladder. So there goes the breaking down of things. And the beginning of this year, it came and smacked me in my face. And I spent the first 5 days of this new year in the hospital. So it's like fine-tune your diet even more. And I don't like to say diet, your intake, your food intake. So I'm like, okay, well, it took me a while to get it together, eating with no teeth. What can I eat? The exercises that I needed to do to eat certain things that I wanted to eat with no teeth. Because to me, I still can't forget toast. When I first ate toast, to me, that was not fun, no joke. But I'm glad that I went through like that boot camp of eating. And now it's like, okay, well, you have a life with no teeth. You have to, eat according to that, but also eat according to having those digestional issues that you have. No gallbladder and celiac. Not to mention all the other things that you might have to deal with, the stress of the world and the environment and things that are going on in it as you navigate to be successful and thrive. On top of whatever family relationships, friendships, business relationship issues you might be having. On top of maybe healing any childhood trauma that you have been trying to deal with. There's a lot of demands on you. And I say all of that to say the phrase that I've always been saying on this channel. You must do things, your due diligence for yourself, to look at situations and adjust the best way that you can, adapt, and achieve small goals along the way. That's all you can do. Really, really is. I don't say, like just adapt to it, because it does take some adjustment. Some things shock the shit out of you. Some things catch you off guard. Some things has you in your feelings and emotions. Some things give you fear. And the only way to battle fear is with faith. Really. They're the opposites, aren't they? So, hope you have an amazing day. Let me know where you are in this journey. My friends, sign on. You already know my story. Say hello. Leave me messages and comments. Let's have a conversation. Let's communicate. And keep that in mind. Adjust, adapt, and achieve small goals along the way. I wish you well on this journey, because we're in it for the long haul. I'm not going nowhere. Since E-Day, this is it. Bye, my friends.